I need to do one of them ancestry tests. He said Ancestry would
dig up
dig
your
up your
Pick up
family
secrets.
secrets.
These women and men, some men, were arguing about the slave trade and that how it didn't happen the way it happened.
As African Americans, we're not always taught how slavery began, because we like to think it was the Caucasian people. In reality, that wasn't who started it.
It was the Spaniards.
Yeah, so Spain had got them hoes, had got themselves a hold of a couple niggas.
But
They
yeah,
were
I was
getting
getting
multiple PPP loans. Like, so it wasn't just like they were getting just one. No, the one person was getting like 4 or 5.
there was a couple
Up
of
to
that.
millions of dollars.
But how much did it range from though? Because from what I heard, the PPP loans were like what,
They got
20,000.
20,000.
Yeah, it was an
20,000.
average of 20,000.
But if you got like 6 different businesses,
Oh yeah.
What you mean? Like they would give you 60 from what the
they would
SBA
give
loan?
you. So if you got 6 different businesses, 6
Oh,
businesses could apply for PPE loans.
Get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 2. I was being
That's
dumb
what
as
happened.
hell.
Don't you remember when that young chick went missing in Mexico? And
Okay.
you know why that happened, right? Because you know the girl, she got the PPP loans, and I guess they wanted to steal that from her, and they tried to steal it. That's why they did that to her.
But it's like, it's not even that, like for a life, just take the money, bro. But don't kill me.
I wonder what happened with that case. I haven't even heard nothing about that.
Me neither.
They coming for people lying with the PPP loan. You know what that was to me? What that was an investment for Americans or for the government. What they did was they knew that the way it was
screwing us.
set up, it was scammed, and they're gonna come back and pick up the money when they need it the most.
Yeah, and now they're gonna need it because why? Now
War.
War, and the migrants they're all taken care of.
Oh, it's raining right now. Oh shit.
So the PPP loans,
Did you hear
y'all get ready to
that young dude that he made a video with his little daughter? I guess he's a migrant. It went viral, and he was saying that he's gonna have more babies so America can take care of him.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
They've been doing it
Well,
for years, baby.
that's
They've
what
been doing it for
the
years.
Jews-
and he's telling all his friends from the from Mexico to come so they can get a debit card. It was crazy. I'm like, oh shit! I wish I can go to that country and then come back with so they can give me a card.
I mean, what, a car or a card?
A card, because they're giving them debit cards with
For what though?
$1,000 on it to take care of, for the migrants, and they're giving them apartments.
Oh, so they just coming through to get that band and come back.
Oh, baby, let me go to Mexico right quick. Hold on. I'll be back as a migrant.
Yup.
I'll be back as a migrant.
No, I will not. I will be coming back as myself if I can.
Dudor, let me ask you this. So I was stating this all through last month, and could nobody give me a logical answer for us African Americans as to why, once we become like of age, why are we giving the right to a piece of land in our home country that we were stolen from?
Oh, they should.
Why don't we get citizenship? And fuck the land and the money, but why don't we get citizenship to that country? Like dual citizenship.
But like for free?
Because that's where we're natively from. It's not like we migrated by choice, right? So why don't they give African Americans or the Africans from Africa, give us African Americans natural born rights to the
To what? To land?
Can I
No,
answer?
not necessarily
Well,
just
when
to
I can
live, but
answer,
just
I'll
to
answer.
live. Just to live. Because for us to get citizenship in Africa, we'll take time. Take some hoops, right? It's not hard, but it's not easy either, right? There's a couple steps, couple stuff you gotta do. So instead of us going through those steps, we can trace back our history and they see we're from Africa. Why can't we just get citizenship?
Okay, so the way I'm gonna approach this is two things. Like I feel like, well, first of all, what would your background be if you want to do those?
I have no idea. Somewhere in Africa.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm being real with you, boo.
I'm first generation American, but my family is from Haiti. Funny enough, Haitian
Are you
queen just
Haitian?
joined. Yeah.
Oh, period.
So to
Okay.
me, it's like
Hey, Tristan.
it just depends, right? Like I feel like the way I'm looking at it is like when you talk to a lot of Black Americans in America, and although like I was born in America, whatever, I do consider myself Haitian American. You know, like I that was the culture I was raised around. My first language was actually Creole because I was always around my grandma, and then I learned English in like preschool or whatever. And so being around the kids, I learned English or whatever the case may be, but I didn't really learn it at home like that. Like I was speaking both languages really. But so like it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm just, you know, an American. My whole culture and background has been rooted in Haitian culture, right? So that's one. But like that's me, right? But do I know that yes, we are like, well, for me personally, would I say like we migrated or we were not migrated, we were forced out of certain places? Like yes, especially Africa, etc. Right? Now, when you speak to like Black Americans in America that don't really either know like their roots or they don't have no like previous like your parents were from somewhere else that they know of or something like that. A lot of them hate
Like
when
me,
you
basically.
yeah, but a lot of them then hate when you say that you're African, right? You're technically African, and people be like, no, I'm not. And I've heard this a lot, but like I'm not African. I hate when people say I'm from Africa. I'm Black American. I'm this and that. I'm just Black. You don't know this. Da, da, da. And I'm like, how does that
I heard
make
that
sense?
argument.
That's what I'm saying. So because of that, it's like it's hard to say that you would give as an American or whatever, like, or we should get like the right to dual citizenship there, because there's some people that one don't even care for that citizenship over there.
Well, they don't gotta get it.
Well, I'm saying, but that's you saying if they came in and they just got it by birthright. So if they're getting birthright to there and they have to, not have to, but they're never going to go. They're probably never going to use it. That's one. And two, a lot of them don't identify with being of African origin for some reason. Or
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, I got some Native American and Puerto Rican.
And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of, so I feel like it's just a broad statement to make, and it's cool, like it's a cool idea, but it's not really plausible because a lot of people don't even identify with that. I don't really, I really wonder where they think they are from, if not there, but I've never gotten that far in the conversation because it's always so ridiculous, because it's like, or maybe we have and I don't remember or recall right now, but it just is ridiculous.
Let me tell you, I was watching a live, was it yesterday or the day before, and these women and some men were arguing about the slave trade and that how it didn't happen the way it happened.
Okay, interesting.
Wait,
which live was it?
This was oh my God, I forgot the name of the lady that was doing it. There was a whole bunch of them, but she was putting up paperwork and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like,
Chelsea, not too much, Chelsea. Y'all chose to leave criminals.
You stupid. But yeah, I feel like it's hard. It's a hard thing to say because a lot of people do not identify with that. Oh, I hate when people say I'm African. I ain't no African. What? What do you mean?
So I think that comes from the negative
Oh
connotation
yeah. Oh yeah.
it's perceived.
Oh yeah.
Like the bald head, the ashy look, the super skinny. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what Africa is entirely made up of. There are different regions. There are regions that don't have as much money. So of course you're gonna get the fandom, but a lot of parts of Africa is rich, and it's still rich because it hasn't been mined for all the gold yet.
But people have to kind of know what it is, and the only way to know, honestly, is to visit. It's not about like
Tanzania is beautiful.
right.
Yep.
But that's
beautiful.
yeah, that's just been promoted lately. But there's
Your
so
husband
many different
Nigerian?
parts of Africa. It's mad big. Like
I need to do one of them ancestry tests. He said ancestry
we'll
would
dig up
dig
your
up your
up
family
secrets?
secrets. Really?
I think so. I mean, maybe. I don't know if they gonna let me know what it is about, whatever it is. But I guess it kind of shows you who's related to who, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's deep.
but like I said, like there's a lot of parts of Africa that's like really beautiful and stuff like that. But because of the way that it's been promoted, the way that people talk about it, and not like the hysteria around it, people don't even really want to go for real or check it out, or even the places that are more like marketable, right? Like Tanzania
Touristy.
like Tanzania is all over your YouTube,
Yeah.
and like on a lot of TikTok videos. So now everybody knows where Tanzania is and what it is and blah 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 blah. And
I
it's just
seen a
like
video of a woman that was just there. She has I guess she adopts kids. I forgot her name. She's an influencer, and she has a white son.
I don't know.
I forgot her name, but she's really popular on TikTok too.
She's black and she has a white son.
Yeah, she has she adopted some of the kids.
Okay.
So
Can I ask y'all something now? Now I want to get a little bit like into a little
about both, like
Okay.
about his culture, their culture.
But that's a big thing. If you adopt somebody outside of your culture, you do need to learn about their culture. Like I had this discussion with a friend, and she was right, because she was just like, although yes, adoption is on the market for me, like I would prefer to adopt somebody in my own culture first and foremost if I can. But if not, I'm open to whatever, because she's going to love whoever she adopts. However, it does bring about more of a task, because if you're Asian, we got to find out how to get you into, your culture. If you are, et cetera, et cetera. She just would want to give them the full scope of who they are. And I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Since I'm African descent, but not a citizen, I'm too far removed, is what people. Oh.
What you mean?
My family's all mixed.
Oh, I see what it means.
In my family, we have Jamaican. My sister, she's married to a Jamaican, Jamaican American. Like he's American too.
What's your background?
I'm Hispanic.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're Hispanic.
No, it's cool.
Puerto Rico.
I went to Puerto Rico funny enough, that's where I went during the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
It was fun. I really loved it. Go ahead, sorry.
I just want to know what they was arguing about the slave trade.
I don't want to know. I feel like y'all want to set us back.
They were trying to say that it was their people that did it to them, but it shocked me. I didn't want to listen for long, because I was like,
Oh, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me whenever I say this. I've always said it, and I say it, and I keep saying it, I stand on it. There has to be a market in order for anything to be successful, right? Where there's a market, supply and demand will always prevail, whether it's humane or inhumane. As African Americans, we're not always taught how slavery began, because we like to think it was the Caucasian people, and in reality, that wasn't who started it.
It was the Spaniards.
Yeah, so Spain had got got themselves a hold of a couple of niggas, and they was gonna take them back to the Spanish and work them like dogs. Well, then the pirates, known as the Europeans, conquered their boat and stole the slaves. And so since they figured they had slaves, they can go get slaves from the same place, Africa. So then they went to Africa and got slaves. So I don't think our people just started giving us up out of nowhere, no. But I do think that there was some kind of war, something that happened. I don't know. I wouldn't lie back then, where people worked people,
And you know, Art,
so
I'm
people
gonna tell
were
you
already.
something. Shit, you know,
Wait, let him finish.
go
Let him
ahead,
finish,
sorry.
please. What are you saying?
And so since people were already coming across the water and the land to steal people, why not make a buck off of it? They're gonna do it anyway. That's how, and that's my perception of why slavery was so big in Africa, and why our people saw our own people out. That's my bad. It is what it is. But go ahead, boo. I'm sorry.
You know, like growing up, and you know, when we went to school, you know, the history that they taught us. I don't know if any of that is correct,
That history
or a
is
lot of
bullshit.
it is correct. Maybe some of it is, and some of it isn't.
And so I think it's like everything else in life. You have to take it the grain of salt and do your own research and learn things. Because I've learned a lot, not from school, just from me being an adult.
Yeah.